Hey, so have you ever wondered, can you easily relocate this cable that opens your hood? I'll show you how to do that. So I'm positive that the reason this is the way that it is because during assembly there must be some easy way or reason why they have to run that cable on the outside of the inside of the engine bay instead of the outside. It fits just fine. My Coyote swap car, I found this out and somebody had told me, I think it was Dustin Milbrandt, you know, you can just move that. So let me show you. It's pretty straightforward. You unhook this cable and back it out and just basically run it behind the fender. Hopefully your car is as taken apart as mine is, because if you have your fender well lining in place, and of course all the other stuff in the way here, the general typical mess of stuff that's on the front of the car, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. But since my car is like this right now, it makes it extremely easy to show how it's done. So let's get started. So basically start by pulling these two 8mm bolts out. Note the position of your old, in my case I could easily see where it was, of the hood release. And we're going to pull that screw right there, and once you see that this thing's off, you can easily see how to disconnect the cable, business end of this cable, and then I can rerun it. So let me get that disconnected. So here we are. We have the screws out. There's two mounting screws and one retaining screw for this. This thing's got a little slot on it. It just slots right into this end piece here, and then the screw holds it in place. And I'm basically going to run this cable out. I'm going to undo that tape that somebody put on it there a long time ago, probably running stereo equipment or whatever on this car. And I'm going to rerun the cable through the inside of the fender well, through this part here, and back to where it is roughly here. It'll no longer be in the engine bay though. So it took me about 1 minute with everything the way everything is right now. Let's look at the way the cable ran out. The only issue is you've got to undo a couple of these clips along the way. See if I can find one. It hardly matters though. The clips that are on here are your old style clips. You're basically going to zip tie this thing to some of the wiring or the fender, inner fender, however that's going to be. There's only one minor trick to this. They obviously or likely punched that hole right there for this very purpose. I'm guessing. I don't know. But see that now this cable is completely out of the engine bay. There's one little transition point there, and here it is. Same length. Everything's going to work. I'll get that put back together. Take two. So basically, this is pinned, so it just snaps right back into place where it was. Put the two bolts back in after I had secured the cable where it belongs. The only thing I would recommend you do is, that I'm not doing this in this case at the moment, is some cable ties to hold this inside the inner fender well securely up and out of the way of the fender well, the tires, etc. The reason I'm not doing that right now myself is I'm in the midst of the build, and I'm going to be zip tying all that stuff all at once as opposed to piecemeal. I just happened to be here, noticed that this is something I needed to do, and I hope you enjoyed it. So I hope this helps you secure your, or move your cable up out of the way of your engine bay. I think it looks a little cleaner. If you're building a car, you're going to want it to be a little bit cleaner. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and